They call them pre-dispensational believers, which includes this doctrine of the pre-tribulation rapture. And I was reading through some of their passages that they allude to that seems to prove their viewpoint. And I was persuaded years ago towards that belief, but then I was made aware of some other angles on it, some other points of view on the doctrine of the rapture, the timing of it, the pre-tribulation rapturists, also what they're called, believe that the rapture of the saints, the being caught up to meet the Lord in the air, it happens before this 7-year tribulation period. The last the 70th week of Daniel, they call it, which is a 7-year period. It's mentioned in the book of Daniel, and 69 sevens have happened already. But supposedly there's one more 7-year period that was suspended, and the only thing that has happened so far was the 69th week when Christ made his appearance in Jerusalem and said that he told Israel that he had arrived, and then he was cut off, but not for himself, but for his people, for their sins. That happened when they crucified him on the cross. But then it stopped. The prophetic calendar stopped when it comes to, it was suspended. And so, I guess the one thing that's supposed to take place is mentioned in Matthew 24 is Christ returning with all his holy angels, which Christ mentioned in Matthew 24 and the other gospel, I believe it's Luke, and of course the apostles mention it, especially the apostle Paul. But I'm kind of leaning towards this rapture happening after the tribulation, because the apostle Paul clearly says that first, concerning us being gathered to him, first this man of sin, this man of lawlessness has to appear, which is the Antichrist, the devil embodied in a human form. He's supposed to appear first, and then the falling away. And then the man of sin is revealed to the whole world. And but then Christ comes back with his angels. And it says that this Antichrist and his followers and the false prophet are consumed by the brightness of his coming, and that he actually is conquered by the very power of his mouth, and that this Antichrist and false prophet will eventually be, and all of his followers and the fallen angels will all be cast into the lake of fire. They'll be the first ones to be put there before all the disobedient souls. So, and even Jesus said that immediately after the tribulation in those days, then they will see the sign of the Son of Man coming in all his glory. So I'm not quite sure where it's clearly stated that Christ returns before the Great Tribulation. I don't see it, but I'm open to receive it if it's true. But it certainly doesn't seem to be plainly stated. You know, if you take Scripture at face value,